Good morning. It's early in the morning. My pilgrimage buddy Sarah is with me, and we are going off to Ely Cathedral. There you go. Beautiful bag. Ely Cathedral is situated on land long used for religious purposes. The earliest parts of the present building date to 1083, and while cathedral status was granted in 1109, construction continued for many generations. It's believed that 365 people died during its construction. And it's those people, their families, and the common folk who work to support them who we'll be focusing on in our pilgrimages. We're not interested in the bishops, kings, and noblemen whose names appear in the history books. We're interested in those people whose hands were on the stones and whose sweat, blood and tears are mixed with the mortar that holds them together. Here at Ely Cathedral, there are indications that French stonemasons were employed, and one intriguing name has cropped up, a combination of modern technology and traditional divinatory skills has revealed the name as Micheline Watson. Micheline is the feminine version of Michel, a popular French name in medieval Europe, whereas Watson was a relatively common English surname. Together, they make quite a curious combination for someone in 12th century Cambridgeshire. So what can we say about Micheline's story? On the north and south sides of the cathedral's clerestory are two examples of Sheila na gig stonework. Sheila na gigs are sexually explicit carvings that show a female character holding open her labia. They are more prevalent in countries with a greater resistance to the Reformation. For example, Ireland boasts many examples, as does France. It's safe to assume the cathedral's large labour force with coin to spend enjoyed the odd evening in Ely's alehouses and the attention of some local ladies. Perhaps Micheline was a favourite with the French stonemasons. Perhaps it was they who named her Micheline. Perhaps it was they who made sure her name was etched into history despite her lowly status. Many like to think of sex workers as a distinct group, but this view is mistaken. Sex work is often undertaken casually, as a simple and necessary means of subsistence. Officially, it would be frowned upon, but with masonry skills in short supply, a blind eye would likely have been turned to any service provider who kept masons happy and in Ely. What is certain is that the bishops would not have wanted the name of a common whore associated with their cathedral. So why has Micheline's name echoed through the ages? Evidence is scant, but one suggestion is that she was held in such high regard by the stonemasons not just for her beauty, but also for what she did. Micheline was desired not only by the workers, but by the nobles and clergy too. But she had fallen in love with one of the stonemasons who wanted her just for himself. Micheline told her lover that she would take one final payday before giving herself exclusively to him. And so she took one last purse of coin from a rich man in exchange for her services. Alas, the next day, Micheline's lover slipped and fell to his death from the clerestory. So devastated was she that she poured the coins from the rich man's purse into the mortar